I.S.U.P.K.
Double mind. We are closed off to all of these other religions. That's why we tell you that we are not affiliated with any other group. If it's not I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA, it's a lie. Read up.
Matthew chapter 3 verse 7. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and...
This is noise pad. Read up.
Matthew chapter 3 verse 7. But when he saw many of the Pharisees,
this is John the Baptist, they said when he saw many of the Pharisees
and Sadducees,
these are the religious leaders back in the day. These are your Christian pastors that's nowadays. Your Christian pastors, your leaders, your black leaders that's supposed to be over you. Like Louis Farrakhans, which said he's been deceiving the... Let this noise pass. These are your religious leaders back in the day. In the biblical time, the Sadducees and the Pharisees are your Christian pastors and your leaders.
Come to his baptism.
They came out to John the Baptist as he was baptizing the people.
He said unto them, O generation of vipers.
Generation of vipers. That's what, even back in the day, John the Baptist was doing what we doing out here, baptizing the people. But he was baptizing them in water because this was before Jesus. So John the Baptist is out there doing the work of the Lord, and he's approached by these Christian leaders. These supposed to be pastors. And he called them vipers, serpents.
Who have warned you to flee from the wrath to come.
Who have warned you? Who have warned you, Farrakhans? I don't trust hearing Farrakhans saying what he said. He's going to be punished. Because who have warned him of the destruction to come to him? Right. For all the lies that he's been telling the people. For all the people that he led astray with this Arab religion that has nothing to do with these black people. Right. He knows that this destruction. Who warned him of this destruction to come? Right. Read.
Verse 8. Bring forth therefore fruits, meet for repentance.
Bring forth their fruit, meat for repentance. That just simply means show me. You got to show me better than you can tell me, Farrakhans. Stop spreading those lies. Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. If Farrakhans wants to convince me, he would be out here with these brothers right now in Chicago, bringing the word of the Lord under commanding General YAHANNA. He's not convincing me. He's still lying to the people. I just saw him recently still talking about Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad, this and that. If he's truly ready to follow Yahweh Jesus Christ, then he will be in this camp right here. And if he's not, I don't believe him. He's still lying. He's still talking. He said you can take these suits and you can take the house. You can take the house. I still see him wearing a suit, y'all. I saw him in a suit yesterday. He still got them suits. He still living in them house. He still got all this money and everything that he's got teaching his people lies. And he knows he deceiving his people. That's the worst part of what Farrakhan is doing. It's one thing for a man to be ignorant of what they're doing and just following something because that's what they've been taught. It's one thing. The Most High winks at that. But what's so vicious about Farrakhan is that he knows the truth and he continues to deceive his people. Read.
Verse 9, and think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father.
Think not to say to yourself, just because you are the chosen people, just because you are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and you are the chosen people and the chosen children of Israel, don't think that that's going to save you. If you don't follow our King, Christ, Yahweh in the Hebrew, then you are in for a rude awakening. That's right. Read, Doc.
For I say unto you that God is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
God can do anything. That's right. He can do anything. He can raise up stones of the children of Israel. He can make up anybody a people unto himself. But he chose blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. That's right. Read.
Verse 10, and now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. Therefore, every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down.
It's hewn down. And that's what's happening right now. All this Islam and Christianity is being brought down to the ground by the man that you see before you. We are taking them out of their places. They will not continue to reign on this earth.
Verse 22, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works?
These people think that just because they got these big, humongous churches and they got these big followers of people that they're doing the Lord's work. That doesn't mean that you're doing the Lord's work just because you got a big following. For you to be doing the words, Lord, you have to do the will of the Most High. You have to follow this Bible. You have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing the work of the Lord.
That's right. Verse 23, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
He will profess to them in that day that he never knew them. Because they feel like they're doing something, because they have prosperity here on earth. They're not, if you're not doing the will of the Most High, he doesn't know you. No matter how much money you got, no matter what kind of car you drive, no matter how big your congregation is, that doesn't mean you're doing the work of the Lord. Drop that out. Give me Romans 14:7. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And he have deceived you through these black leaders that he put into place. He gives them prosperity. He gives them the big churches that you see in your neighborhoods. You go down in almost every neighborhood and see a humongous castle that's a church for this people. And these people is in there every week singing and dancing and not bringing forth the truth of the Most High. Lying to the people, telling them that the law is done away with. When Jesus said he came not to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. That's right. Read,
Romans chapter 14, verse 7. For none of us liveth to himself.
For none of us liveth to himself. That just means that we belong to somebody else. We belong to the Most High. I'm not here to do my will and what to do what I think make me feel good. I'm doing the will of the Most High. Read.
And no man dieth to himself.
We should not live or we should not die to ourselves. That's just simply speaking that the Most High, he has control of all of these things. We live and we die the way that he sees fit. Read.
Verse 8. For whether we live unto the Lord, and whether we die unto the Lord.
Read.
Whether we live therefore or die, we are the Lord's.
That's right. Read.
Verse 9. For to this end Christ both died and rose and revived, that he might be Lord both of the dead and living.
That's the reason why Jesus Christ gave his life, for us to follow what the Most High wants us to do. Not for us to be out here doing whatever we want to do, doing all of these drugs, following after these other nations, doing what the white man wants you to do. We are supposed to be doing his will. That's the reason why Jesus gave his life, for you to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. All the people that's on this side, blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, to do his will, the Most High's will. Read.
Verse 10. But why dost thou judge thy brother? Or why dost thou set at naught thy brother? For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Christ.
We will all stand before the judgment seat of Christ. He sees and he knows all of what we're doing. So what Farrakhan is doing, and he knows the truth, because he proclaimed that he read this Bible, and he have said several times that blacks, Hispanics, and blacks are the children of Israel. He has said this before out of his own mouth. I've seen it with my own eyes. And then he will go right behind that and lie and say that whites are the chosen people of the Most High.
We want no cowards in our camp.